everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Time Plays Zero Escape 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. In the last episode, you should really watch it, because it's hard to explain. We are the future-past connection that is the... It's very interesting. I don't know. I am simultaneously zero and not zero, and in the past and not in the past, and I exist. Let's go. Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him. They were a very different sort of tears. A wondrous feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
I can't quite believe I did that. But I'm so glad, so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of stuff. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
I'm gonna have to hang up now.
Oh, of course, that's fine.
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Oh, this is adorable. Oh my gosh. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets that Potato Face left behind. He doesn't deserve the moniker Asu.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus didn't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Shut it!
Right, okay. So maybe I have a reason to be... So maybe they have a reason to be annoyed. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why?
Isn't it stopping? Okay, maybe I hit the key hard enough. Maybe I didn't hit it hard enough. Just hit it again and again and again. Forever. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What is going on here? Got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why isn't it stopping?
Incineration will begin in
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Wow, I can smell the future. Wait, of course. So what's the number that showed up after the puzzle? So that's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle meant. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then door 9. No, that's it. That number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Oh, of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can trust me on this one, or we are all dead. Alright, no time to explain.
Quick!
Just go.
Verify your numbers on the red! Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9,
8,
8,
7,
7,
6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2.
2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
God potato. I don't know. I'm sad. I'm not sad. I'm happy. No, no time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, June. Just in time. It's not over. There goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done. We've still got to find the dead. Me too, guys. I'm not even running around with my life on the line.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel, but nothing. Oh. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. Every day is a miracle, unpredictable. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelet began the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door was already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me a moment to get there and scan the bracelet. I left the ones Hongo had dropped. Oh, she had them. Okay, it's like, oh no, she died. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd call 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
How I was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiral stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear it. I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes it shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
I like how they're just casually discussing this while sprinting up a staircase.
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah,
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
Oh. I understand now. Why there were letters in the puzzles.
26!
And what does that mean?
Wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase q!
You're not wrong.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. Oh my god, thighs are killing me, but my voice is perfectly not strained. I swear any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. Every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, I can't stop. I don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Phew. I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah,
Yes, we're finally here.
please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Are we in Nevada? Where are we? No, we're on the ocean. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Santa's. Gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. Oh, it's Akane vision. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Owie's. He gave me a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. We were finally able to escape from the gigantic... Where did the scientist people go? And Ace. On the distant horizon, we could see a faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out from across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
I whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. The end is never the end is never the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. I had to murder 4 people through the future past. Sorry. Finally, air. We're in Nevada. We're in Nevada. God, the sun is so bright. I can barely see anything. Huh? Gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait,
No way.
you've gotta be joking.
What?
It can't be.
This is.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
Yeah.
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
You... I didn't realize Q was so important too, my goodness. Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, sun. It's nice to see you. What's what I said? I don't think I have ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I hear something? Oh, it's the bracelets. Did I hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. See what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with, which I did predict, because they didn't explode after 9 hours. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy.
Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. No, I wanted them to explain it to everyone else what had happened. You can't just end it there. It's a good love story, but... Oh my god. So much happened. That isn't at all how I expected it to end. No, I don't understand. Where did Akane go from that incinerator and the adult Akane? What happened? I don't understand. Wow. I don't remember that at all. Hey, who was this adult person though? There's a paradox here. I am completely fine with young Akane being 0. But how did she... She could have controlled...
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing is a pretty smooth ride. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in, and now here we are, screaming down this desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake. Clover's driving? I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
She is 18.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh no. She doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, trenching a kitten and... No, you're not gonna burn a kitten. The moment we saw what they were doing, Junpei ran up to them furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy, sprawled out on the ground with a face covered in big, swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth, where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but... I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
We're coming full circle on that story too. Oh, I love this
Yeah,
game.
the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Kentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Oh? Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. It looks like he's just giving up. I wonder if he even cares what happened to him.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't nowhere, geezer. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces.
The pain of being surrounded by a bunch of monkeys.
I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well.
I'll take it. I'm normal.
You see, the human collective consciousness...
Oh, I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right. So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
Yeah, I remember Lord Bourdain now.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let him talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soporu. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
This is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on. What did Soper do? Is that what he used to knock himself out? The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Oh. Junpei pulled something out of his pocket and shoved his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
I don't know what that means.
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
My goodness.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much?
June. Why does everything tie together so well?
I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd, you know,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Oh, it's even better than I thought.
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray.
Me.
I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Oh my gosh. That's so good. I can't think of the word, but it's so good. Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face, and I fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Junpei looked straight at me, eyes, and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening, just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June Unicon. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense, which it doesn't because she could have planned it if she died 9 years ago. It could not have initially happened if she planned it, if that's the case, because she wouldn't have survived before having planned it. There wouldn't be a June in the first Nonary game that would eventually save her. It just doesn't make sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all. Maybe there is one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
Seven and Snake in on it?
Huh?
What?
Is it a Connie? What? What? The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on the shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. That's an end? That's an end. An end? End? Don't forget your towel. How's that an end? Oh, that counted as both endings. I kind of want to see what happens here. If I'm dumb, let's be dumb. I don't, can I like turn? That's a calculator. I didn't realize that's how the calculator worked. Let's say there's no mute. Do I have keyboard? There we go. Because we've seen this before. This was an interesting series. Like, I didn't realize just how much everything tied together so perfectly. I should have expected it from I shouldn't have expected it from Danganronpa. Danganronpa has some issues.
Sure.
They had some long-term planning, but I feel like there's still issues. I don't like the whole Mukuro Ikusaba situation. She was my favorite character. She's not my favorite. Well, she's pretty good.
So, what do you want to do,
Not happy
Junpei?
with how that went. No one's gonna know what I'm talking about. They should watch, read, play Danganronpa, the first one, and the third game. Screw the third game. That a lot of people don't like how that went.
What do you mean, what do I want?
I should keep going.
Shh, quiet!
It's the coffin.
Where is it coming from?
Was that Alice? Is
Could it
Alice
be?
June? Is June Alice? Is that a spare body of existence taken over by June? But that doesn't make sense because we also lived through
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
a split in the river. That was a different river where June lived.
You're right!
And now we have June coming. But if June's consciousness still existed somewhere in the world, why did she need to be saved in an alternate timeline in order to put her
Let's open
consciousness
it.
in a
But how?
new body?
What are those muscles for show?
You're telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and try!
My brain hurts.
Damn it!
Zero escape makes your brain hurt.
Man,
It won't even budge.
not another one.
Yeah, looks like it.
I could have solved that numbers one without the hint. I really could have. I didn't want to deal with the giant letters. And then it turned out I didn't have to deal with the giant letters.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
Honestly, I was real lucky to have
I think
solved
so.
it as quickly as I did, even with all the hint. Like, the first thing I
Whoever or
changed
whatever's inside
just
this
made
thing
a
wants
bunch
out.
of nines,
And now.
I
and
know
then
that.
I was like, wait, if I can just change this corner and this corner, then I've got this.
But how?
And then it didn't work, and then I had to make password. And that
Without
was
a passcode, I don't think there's much we
Never
can
had
do.
passcode. I don't think
Isn't
we
there
can
a
do
hint
much. Isn't
somewhere?
there a hint somewhere?
Well, let's look for one.
Nope, because I'm not attuned to Akane this time.
Not making this easy, are they?
Even if it tries to tell me I am, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna pick 5 wrong answers and then get upset if it still forces me. Yeah, that's more of
What's
a
the
9 than a
passcode?
Q, honestly.
What am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed
I
to
need
do?
some.
the second game because I got the Nonary games on Steam, and it was both games, so I have both. I also still have Zero Time Dilemma, I think it's called, in my cart. But I don't think I'm gonna be
Wait, what? What the hell was that?
playing this again
What?
soon.
What's up?
Or obviously not playing it again, but playing
Huh?
the
Oh,
next game anytime soon. That's wrong. You should know that already. You should know everything. If you don't, then why did you bother to look at your bracelet? You already know that the darkness of the sinister hand is telling you to look at the bracelet on your left hand. That's why you looked at your bracelet, right? How do I get the bad ending? Can you just not? Well, I guess I'm not doing the bad ending. Well, that's kind of lame. Do I have anything else to say about this series? It was amazing. It was emotional at the end. The June doll. Oh my gosh. Just everything.
1 4
together.
3 8 3 4 2 1.
If there's one person I'm not really sure why they were here, it's Lotus. Like, she didn't have much to say. She did a computer puzzle in one of the rooms, the like operating room.
Huh?
And
Hey, what the hell were those
I
numbers?
guess towards one of the bad endings where you go to the prison and the other operating room, the experiment room. I don't even know. And then like Nona came back.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
Are those-
know.
1 4 3 8 3 1 4 3 8.
I wish they had talked about how Junpei figured this stuff out. Like, I wish Junpei had a real long conversation with
No
Clover
way!
and Snake at some point.
Why are you?
That I wish I understood what happened to June. I wish I understood the ending. Hi,
Oh?
Snake.
Is that you, Clover?
You're probably
I
my
apologize
favorite
for
character
worrying
in this
you.
game. You're my favorite character in this game.
Snake!
I sort of suspected you as the villain near the start. I don't know.
Junpei? And
Oh, jeez.
You're back.
It's a good ending. I don't know. I don't know why I'm here. The second game's gonna have an even more complicated timeline.
Chen,
Maybe-
my body's
maybe-
still a little weak.
May as well save. I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Sorry, this is a super long ending that didn't really have much, but I don't know. Oh, I haven't seen preview A. Not Lord of the Game. They really have the picture of Junpei looking into the monitor and seeing his reflection. It's so interesting seeing how much is teased in Danganronpa. Is he actually Santa? I don't even know. I don't understand the bracelet situation in the middle either. That red light telling me my mouse's battery is dying. I should just end this. This was a great game. I don't know how to put thoughts into cohesive sentences, but I loved this game. I love this game. I love Zero Escape as a series. I'm so glad the Bittersweet Gamers talked about it so much. Like, not spoilery, well, kind of spoilery. In Danganronpa 2, during the escape section, that there totally isn't, because that might be a spoiler. They talk a bit about Zero Escape. And they were like, yeah, no. The two conditions for getting the best ending are that two of the conditions for getting the best ending are that Ace can't get the gun and Clover can't get the axe. I forgot it was Clover. I remembered Ace though. Ace is an interesting name. Why did I remember Ace? Oh well. I couldn't remember who got the axe for a bad ending. It being close. I love all of the people in this game except for Ace. I don't even know. I want to play the next game, but I think we're switching over to the Cube Escape series for a bit. I don't even know. We're gonna find a game to play. I'm gonna find a game. Could do a poll. Could I even have the ability to do polls? I can't click over there. It's gonna close the game. Mess up my recording. I'm sorry for ramble, but thank you all for watching and hopefully sticking through this whole series. I love you all. I love everything. I love everyone. I love the ending. I don't understand the ending, but I love it. I don't even know. And I'll see you in the next series, I guess. Subscribe and like and whatever. No. Yes? Yes. Why am I saying no to subscribing and liking? It's because I was going to say share, but I was like, don't share the finale of a game as complex as this. That's spoilers. I should just go. Thank you all for watching. Bye. Love you all. We'll find something to play. Trust.